just they judgmental, and I mean I love judging it. Like I love judging people just as much as the next person. I'm good at it, right? You know, don't put that scope back on me, Poppy. Like,
Oh,
but
I
yeah,
like when you
like
call me
what?
Poppy. I like it when you
Oh,
call me Big Papa.
gonna give me an Oedipal complex. Oh man, that's a weird name to say. Like somebody that's attracted to their mother is a like Oedipus. Freud was a fucked up dude. Like, I guess you do enough cocaine and sexualize children long enough, like you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I don't some Batman shit. Yeah, that's
Look at
Batman
me choke on
logic.
my beer.
Oh, you think the psychology's your ally?
The
Stupid.
darkness is your ally.
Oh man.
Okay, if it's not
Probably.
my kid,
Oh,
it's
go ahead.
fucking cats. Doing. Sorry.
Oh, we got a couple people watching now. How's everybody's New Year started out already? Oh, tell me what you hated about the last year. What you want to see more of this year. What you want to see less of this year. I don't really give a shit. Well, I do care. Like I care, but as much as I can allow myself to before, like yeah, I can just use that to distract myself from my problems. I can't do that. I gotta pay attention to my shit a little bit. Sorry, I stopped hearing
Personally,
myself talk there
I
for
would
like
like to
15
see
seconds.
a lot less, maybe a tone down on the batshit crazy women would be good. That would be good.
You gotta get rid of women. Can't do it.
Well, no,
I
just
mean,
have them tone it down a little bit, you know.
can't stop, won't stop. Crazy women. Uh-uh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It
one of my
seems I
jokes
can't
is like
escape
something
them.
like I'm a magnet for women with daddy issues. Yeah, it's a
Mm.
self-fulfilling prophecy. It's the only kind of women I pursue actively. That's what I
So
mean
am
by
I.
magnet.
I am also a magnet for those women.
Well, I don't know what is it about like fuckboys that chicks like.
I have a
I
theory
don't
on the
I don't
fuck.
like that he not gonna go anywhere.
The fuckboy was
Like
created by
you when you
20-some-year-old women lying to men and saying that they got somewhere they didn't, giving men
oh
the ego
no,
like,
that's
oh, I get there with all the women. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna fuck around with all of them because I'm a fucking sexual god.
oh I'm different. Oh yeah, she doesn't tell this to every person that comes in here. Like yeah, it's like nobody's ever told a girl that sucked after they got a blowjob. Like
Hmm.
yeah, everybody that's great. That's great. You know, even if it was toothy or gummy, what have you. I'm not going to discriminate
Well,
against
I
having
mean,
teeth in here.
faking orgasms is highly more likely than uh, a bad blowjob. I mean,
I've
a
done
girl's just got
that.
to put a little enthusiasm into it. Power through it, ladies. That's all I gotta say. Just
Yeah,
power through it.
exactly. Yeah, or if you really want to ruin a dude's whole year, like in the spirit of New Year's, give him an unenthusiastic hand job and watch him die inside.
You're using your other hand. If you're giving
Oh,
hand jobs at this point, it's sad.
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
it's like when somebody
come on.
says like, "How do you like your
It's
hand
it's
jobs?" I'm
like
like,
finger banging. If a dude tries to finger bang me at this age, I'm gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
it's like, holy crap, are the Lumineers playing on this, like on the radio? Is this high school? Like, I don't, or when somebody says, "How do you like your hand jobs?" Like, I don't know, with your mouth. We're adults.
Seriously, we're adults now. Come on.
Or we could just not do it and talk shit about each other behind their backs and be friendly to each other and then stay together forever. That's a marriage, never mind. I couldn't I couldn't stand it. Like, I just don't understand fake shit or like passive aggression. That's a real problem I got.
Thank you.
Passive
Thank you.
aggression
That's why
just
we're the same.
escapes me.
That's why I don't understand most women. 'Cause I'm like, say what you fucking mean.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like say, hey, I would like somebody more. It's like says, hey, fuck you, buddy, every day. Then somebody's like, well, how's the weather? Oh, how are you doing?
I just love how you wear anything. That kind of shit.
Oh, yeah, that's my family. That's why I say I'm like fluent in double speak and talking out
Hmm.
both sides of my mouth and double-sided compliments, backhanded compliments, if you will. It's the only kind I know. So that's what I grew up on, you know. It's the good old days or good old shit. That's what I remember. I was trying to find a way that I could share a link to this on the Instagram. Could you comment on there on it, or because I
What?
don't know, I've got like
I
I
won't
got limited
disappear if I go off
capability.
because I was gonna share a link to like how do I share the link
That's what I
more?
was wondering. I need more. Help me.
More.
People share the link. I just gotta have a Twitter space where you're talking about the Mandela effect and people that think that,
Hmm.
well, remote viewing and shit like that. Like, you believe in that stuff?
Mm, the
I don't.
Mandela effect. I could see like how your brain will play a trick on you, but do I think it's some like fucking? I'm an
That's what I think
extreme
too.
skeptic when it comes to like fantasy land shit, like astrology bullshit like that.
I'm I'm not superstitious. I'm a little bit stitious though. You know, so that type of thinking.
Hmm. Sometimes I'll be
Yeah,
like, I'll entertain it just for the entertainment value, but I know deep down, I'm like, this is bullshit.
oh yeah, I pretend a ghost live in
When
my
my
house just
parents
to fucking
fuck
freak out people that stop
does
by.
not make my personality. Trauma does.
Yeah, well, it's funny. You know, it's you can't have with great funny comes great responsibility, but before that came a whole shit ton of bad stuff, right? Like,
It's annoying being funny in this day and age because everybody gets so freaking offended and takes
nah,
things so seriously. I miss the days when we
if you
could
don't
roast people on their looks.
if you don't
No?
itemize everybody's offense like individually, if you don't take like an audit of everybody like one by one, it's a lot easier because they all have the same fucking problems. They're just boring people that are unsatisfied with their lives and they're trying to give motive to like
You
otherwise
get a lot,
like just
but I don't know. To me, it's like you'll get a lot further in life by getting tougher skin than expecting everybody to coddle you and your triggers. Like
but
anybody could
tough
be
skin
fucking
means
triggered
that
by anything.
But tough skin means that you would have to live through a hardship and then made like, actually gain something from it and learn from your experience and then grew as a person.
Yeah,
How dare you ask me to do that? I'll fight you. Uh,
you're a
Oh,
fucking
that's
goat.
ridiculous talk.
Don't threaten to
See,
fight
that's a
me. I've been
microaggression.
drinking, Keith.
Mm. Let's see. I was wondering the other day, is it day drinking if you just like haven't stopped from the night before, or is that just like is that pulling a late one?
Well, back in the day when I used to be able to day drink, yeah, I was just like, it just counts as a whole new day. Fuck this shit.
Hell yeah. Well, it's like what I said before is I ain't got a problem. It's a hobby. Some people like to
I,
whittle. I like to get sauced.
exactly. And camping is a whole other excuse. That you could wake up at 9
Oh,
a.m. and have a beer. And it's just like, we're
yeah.
camping. This is normal.
Yeah, it's like redneck. It's like golf, but for rednecks.
Hmm.
I guess camping ain't redneck country. That's a shared
Well, it's
kind of
pretty Canadian, too.
experience.
It's a Canadian
You guys can
pastime
go
for sure.
outside and sleep, and like you can probably leave your doors unlocked and shit. But nah,
No, not where I
we
live.
used.
I live in the hood. No, no, no.
Where are you at? Canada has
Montreal.
slums? Oh,
I'm in Montreal,
oh.
the city. Yeah.
In the
Yes, we
city
have the
of
ghettos.
Montreal.
Or-
A bit of
Montreal.
cries in the ghettos of Montreal. So what's a ghetto in Montreal? Is like your soup kitchens don't like they only have one
Well, I
person
have the
working at
homeless
them.
shelter right next door, and we got our car robbed a few times.
They're not homeless. They're shelter challenged. Be
The
sensitive.
challenge. The shelter okay. Shelter challenge.
It's like, somebody started like an argument saying that you shouldn't call them homeless because that's offensive to them, or you're speaking like you're uh, using your privilege, yeah, or you're not like recognizing your privilege and shit. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, like of course we're not giving them a compliment. Like they don't have a home. They're homeless. Like that's why jokes are supposed to hurt
I'd
some
love to
people's
see.
feelings.
I'd love to see one of those like sidewalk like interviewers like going up to actual homeless people and be like, "Does this offend you?" Like, watch them be like, "What?"
What the fuck are you talking about, Jake? You got a quarter? No, no, I don't. Please get away from me. Oh, help me get me out of here.
Mhm.
Then he gets off camera. He's like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Here's a fucking joint or whatever. Here's a bottle of liquor. I guess that's what you pay
Greetings,
homeless
greetings.
people in. Nah,
That's
I'm
the only
kind
thing
of
that sucks about
homeless.
this. I
Like,
have to
I got
like.
a van.
This is the longest I've been not homeless.
It's a crazy feeling. You ever been a hobosexual? Like, do some crazy shit to sleep on somebody's couch?
Oh no, I've
That's living.
I've had people expect something for me sleeping on their couch, and then I said no.
Of course, that's how you get in the
But
door.
thanks for the couch. I'm gonna go find another one now.
Put the ouch in couch. Aha, dad jokes.
Ouch.
Oh, what's up, Mr. Duggar? Fishing? Man, that's a weird word, fishing. I've thought about that like a couple times, just like
What is it?
without being
What's the word?
fishing, Fee, like fishing with feces or something. I don't know. It's the first thing I think of. That's a
Uh,
terrible thing to say,
Yeah,
but
that's exactly where my brain went because we're the same
you know,
person.
it's like seeing myself, but if myself got a period or something, it's crazy. So feminine.
I
I,
don't know if
I
I'm the
always
most
knew I was
feminine.
tough. What? You're the like you're the whole embodiment of feminine. Look with your cut off shirt and you probably callousy hands and dirty elbows and shit.
Yeah, I even have like I punched a wall. I did a Kyle the other day, so I have a mark on my head.
Hey, you can only imitate greatness. Like so,
hmm
yeah. Listen, his stepdad's never gonna hear the end of that shit. So keep doing it. Keep doing it, Kyle. I think there's a little bit of Kyle that lives in all of us. Like every comedian is like a
I'm
person that
definitely
drives a
that.
jacked
I'm
up
that
truck.
person that punches things when she's mad.
I'm not. I just kind of fuck up my life, like long term shit. Like
Oof.
I don't
Yeah,
mean
that
I
self
don't.
sabotage. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the good shit. Like the stuff you can't take back, like on paper
Mm,
forever.
mm, yes. Gotta love that shit.
Look, my hold up. I had it out just a
There's
little bit
something
ago.
oddly
My wrist
savagely
report
satisfying
reads
about
like a
sabotage.
goddamn cartoon. Oh yeah, it's like no, can't nobody do it like me. It's like Mr. Burchett was pulled over and had a homeless man with him because he was varying speeds between 75 miles an hour and 14. And like, well,
Have you ever
listen,
thought
that's the best
about writing
DUI
a
I ever
book?
got. Yeah, but
I'm
I haven't learned
sure.
how to read and shit, and that seems like a lot of work. I like just kind of like staring at the book and screaming at it until I kind of understand what's in it. That's
Hmm.
that's tough. I have to really want to know what's in them books to get them to tell me their secrets, but or pictures. Oh, wise book, tell me your secrets.
I used to read a
I can be
shit ton.
abused elsewhere. Oh,
I used to always
I
read.
don't because I listen to audiobooks because I feel like it's a lot more efficient. I don't have like
Yeah,
a
once I got
fetish
into
for.
audiobooks, I kind of stopped reading, and then making content is kind of taking over my spare time now.
Mr. Poop Fisher here says, "Fuck it, I can be abused elsewhere. Y'all must have shit for brains. Feces, fart noises is what I was read that as.
Of course,
I don't know why
the
I
word
started talking with
abuse
this
is
little accent.
is very it's just used
Obtuse.
for everything now, isn't it?
It's a very obtuse usage of abuse.
It's just yeah.
God, God dang, I got words for days. I got good
I've
words.
recently been called an abuser.
Yo, I've
I
been
said,
one.
my goodness, for what? And apparently, I'm making a funny video
Uh,
making fun of somebody. It's abuse.
I've been called a gaslighter all the time. Like, yeah, I'm poor. Like, my gaslight comes on all the time. I had no idea it was psychological manipulation. Like, or giving
Mm.
people compliments that they don't really deserve. Or, I don't. Hold on. Let me ask you
Sometimes
something.
it's
You don't
like this
see.
is my thing with gaslighting. Wait, I want to know this. Sometimes somebody is actually being fucking crazy. Like I'm an
Yeah,
overthinker, and sometimes I'm being an overthinker. I'm just being crazy. So it'd be like you're acting crazy. They'll be like, I'm fucking, you're gaslighting me. I'm like, no, you're legit acting crazy. So when is it?
see, I just don't like crazy as a word or as a descriptor because
Well,
it's.
you're being irrational. You know what I mean? Like somebody's
Oh man,
reacting irrationally to something, and you'd be like, that's fucking a reach, or
but
you're
see, but who
gaslighting me.
decides what rational is? It's like so subjective. Like what I see as rational will be completely irrational to somebody else probably. But then again, like whenever I start agreeing with the like masses or the general consensus, like I gotta take a step back and like reevaluate how I got to that position and shit. Because like usually they wrong. Like these are the people that watch daytime television. Fuck that noise. Like
They're always wrong. Yeah,
yeah, have you ever watched that shit?
my mother-in-law used to when I was pregnant, I was living at her house, and she watched The View every goddamn morning. And I've
Mm,
never felt rage like that in my life watching that fucking
yeah,
show. I was like,
true
this is
story.
different.
True story. I thought that oh shit, was it? I thought that Whoopi Goldberg was what was the little one from the Little Rascals? The black one.
You know, yeah, I forget his name, but I got two pickles. I got two pickles. I got two pickles. Hey, 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 hey. That kid.
Yeah, I thought that was Whoopi Goldberg for like an embarrassingly long amount of time. Like it never even entered my mind like time frames and years and shit. Like I was like,
I'm
that.
sure
Oh,
somebody
that's
will call
Whoopi.
that racist.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I can't ask anybody. Everybody's too fucking uptight and sensitive.
Whoopi, she's done lost her mind lately, anyways.
I don't think that anybody gets mad over that shit. Like, never really had one to begin with. Like, probably just regurgitating something else they heard somebody they like getting mad about. I can't stand that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
one thing I can't stand is self righteousness because I'm not self righteous. I'll go down to the pits of hell to make a point. You know,
oh yeah, I'll die on that. I'll die on that
I don't think
bullshit.
I'm any more righteous, especially morally, to anyone. But it's just there's like a trend of people like giving life advice from their fucking shithole as if they know.
Yeah, it's because dumb people listen to them. Like, if
Mhm.
people were smart, like, they wouldn't have an audience. But it's the
Mhm.
same reason why I like Crossing Over with John Edwards was a television program that was somewhat successful. It's like, how much do you want to be like? How much can you will yourself to be ignorant? Like,
Mhm.
what kind of like how
Ignorance is
desperate are you?
bliss, though.
Yeah, it's also the only thing I can call evil. Like, I don't think evil is a thing. I think they're just different levels of ignorance, and to what extent you abuse
Oh,
those
I think evil is a thing.
ignorances of
I think
people.
some people are just shit. Some people are just
Nah,
shit.
see, See, well, psychopathy, sociopathy, all that shit, they're all just chemical imbalances or behavioral disorders that are caused, that have causes and things. We understand what a lot of the causes are, but we don't really know the exact brain chemistry that is needed to kind of combat the effects that like those conditions have on people. It's like with somebody
But
that's got
whatever mental
diabetes,
condition, I
like
guess it would be narcissism, where you're it's always for like uh like evil
personal
needs.
gain.
Like it's just to be just yeah, personal gain to be shit. Like just to make somebody feel like shit, you do it. You know, which is rooted in
See,
insecurity,
I think a
really.
lot of
But
that stems from the whole like misery loves company. Like
yeah, I hate
if
that
your
shit.
life is so bad that the only way that you can get any satisfaction is like watching somebody else suffer, then, then yeah,
Hmm.
it's it's environmental and it's like personal. Like you can do the whole like nature versus nurture argument, but everybody's a product of both, and
Hmm.
it's just
There's
it's like with
nothing worse
somebody
than
with
a Debbie
diabetes,
Downer.
just because you positive
Like,
toxic positivity
everybody's having
equals
a
bad.
good time, and they'll be like, "Yeah, well, I was abused as a child," and then they go on this super depressing story, and everybody's like,
Yeah, the people that kill me are the people that are competitive with their traumas.
mm,
Like,
"Oh yeah,
shut up,
I
tell
don't
Bill,
believe you.
do stand up.
I don't believe you. You I don't believe you. If you're making a
Right? Yeah.
competition out of that shit, I
Wouldn't it be
don't believe
crazy
that
if
shit
sometimes
happened to
like,
you. I'm sorry, I don't."
nah, most people like keep that shit quiet unless like you found an outlet through humor or
Yeah, exactly. I
brought
make
some
fun of it.
healthy coping mechanisms to where you're able to talk about it. I just want to see somebody one
Hmm.
time be like, yeah, I'm lying. How did you know? Thank you. It's
Hmm.
such a weight off my shoulders.
Or they make it their entire personality. Like that's all they fucking talk about is how it's like, okay, I'm sorry that happened,
Mhm.
but can we move on?
Trauma bonding, my favorite kind of bondage. It's
Mm.
it's crazy. It's a real
Now we're
thing.
getting sex.
Now getting spicy.
Mm.
Mr. Poofisher here says humor is a credible line of educating someone that it's all right to laugh at ourselves and others around us. Yeah, it's like nobody that takes themselves so like super serious is fun to be around. Like if you hanging out with a
Yes.
dude that can't smile in pictures because his masculinity's on the line, probably not gonna have a good time.
Hmm.
You might get yelled at in an Applebee's
Oh.
after he had two tall boys. That's a specific joke, but I feel like it fits. He's
It's
also
very
wearing a cut
specific.
off. He's also wearing a tap out T-shirt that's got the sleeves cut off. Let me paint a picture for everyone.
I feel attacked. I feel attacked.
Oh,
Hey,
oh
this
my
is a
God, this
Method Man
prescribed
T-shirt
Lizzie.
I got at a concert. Okay, it's not a tap out. You
You went to
this
a
cat.
concert and had extra money. I don't think I've ever went to a
Oh,
concert and like made the
actually, somebody
decision.
bought
I'm
this
gonna.
for me because I didn't have extra money.
Oh, yeah, that's the vagina discount.
Well, no,
It's a
it's
real
my
thing.
birthday.
Well, I know girls that didn't know drugs cost money. Like,
I,
so that's a
I
real
wish I
thing.
was one of those girls because I probably have money now.
Nah,
But
no, they're pretty bad
I used
people.
to be the I used to be the one that dealt it, and I didn't listen to Biggie. Don't get
I don't
high.
know if I
Blah.
I don't know if I got into it because I got like this like operant defiant disorder or authoritative defiant shit going on, or if I just I'm at like I'm not like asocial like, instead of like being a like typical person. It's like what I was saying before. It's like
What does it matter?
I'm an
You're cheap.
extrovert, but I need my fucking space.
Same. Which is why
I
I've
feel like
embraced this online friendship thing. Like I have one real life friend that I hang out with sometimes that I trust, but having online friends is a good barrier for that. You
yeah,
know?
it's a great thing, especially if like you want support from people because God knows the people that you know personally ain't gonna do it. So why not have a stranger off the internet give you props? Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm incapable of. I know this sounds boasty, but like I'm incapable of being fake. I can't hold it like my
oh,
true
I can
personality.
fucking fake it.
I
I
cannot.
called it.
I cannot. No, you
I
can't.
coined a term called social chameleonism, and
Mm.
pretty much,
No, I've always been the same.
uh,
A lot of people, it's either you love me or you hate me. Most women hate me, but the women that like me are pretty cool.
so I don't do it for any weird reasons. I just do it to make situations tolerable for me. Like when I'm hanging out with a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking rednecks, I get a little bit country. Like I start like sticking my bottom
Oh, I do
jaw
that.
out and like elongating my words a little bit more. But
You know I do that because
I
I
don't know. I
mimic
can
you every
switch
time I
between
get drunk.
forms. I thought you were just getting drunk.
Every time I get
Oh,
drunk, I just put on your
but
draw, and it's like
Preacher's got a
horrible.
good point. Well, well, if you have that, then you got to apply to it the fucking British to Southern math. You know,
Mm.
if you somebody's got a draw, you subtract 15 IQ points from automatically. Where if someone's got a British accent, it sounds like they're from over the fucking pond. You know, you attribute 10 IQ points automatically because
It's
they
kind of
sound
like,
smart.
yeah, it's like
So
us in Quebec versus the French from France. Uh, they think we're all a bunch of hicks, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. We
yeah,
definitely
French
are.
can people that still like speak like hardcore like or what you would consider like Orthodox French, like or
Hmm.
somebody that's from we call it French Cajun, like a Creole French, like that's in Louisiana, but speaking fucking French. They's weird people. Like
Well, we have
I think
Haitians
so.
here.
I don't
Like the
know.
Haitians, that's Creole. They speak Creole. Like yo G di bon Dieu bois G. They talk like that.
Yeah, them government
But
with them guns. Yeah, like
yeah, they
Leonardo
talk. Yeah.
DiCaprio tried to do in Blood Diamond for a second. Oh
But the
God.
French from France, like I've befriended a few, and it took a long time for me to get over the barrier of like it seemed like their nose was up every time they talked to me, and then I'd be
Yeah, it's
super
weird for
Quebecer.
somebody that's like been such a like consistent vagina like historically for so long. Like I don't know, it's crazy to me. Like so
You
America's kind of
just
fucked
maybe
up though.
remembered somebody. There was a guy.
Who?
Oh, what was his name? Fuck. There was a guy. He was British that used to hang out with us, and I thought I had the same kind of vibe. Like, oh, he's snooty, and then he showed me his tattoo, and he had the Virgin Mary, but it was the shape of a vagina tattooed on him, and we became good friends after. I wonder what he's doing now. I haven't heard from him in a long time.
No, I have a Serbian friend though that fucking I love that dude. Diego. Miss you, man. If you ever see this,
Every time
you a real
I
one.
hear Serbian film, and I'm like, ugh, no.
I think Sabian, and I don't know why. Like this one of them like robots that has sex with you or something for ladies. I don't know. I think you sit on it or ride it out your house or something like that. I remember the first thing he said to me though was like he heard me talking about like having like Native American like ancestry, and he goes, "So Keith, in America, do you still hunt the red man on horses?" I was like, "What?" I was like, kind of, yeah. I couldn't stop laughing. Everybody got fucking horrified for a second. I was like,
I'm sure.
whoa, calm down. I don't think this is yours. It's just like he was so smart. Like he got comedy. He understood satire like completely. Probably better than I did at that age. But that's probably because he's Serbian. He's probably got my. Yeah, he had more trauma than me. Just
Definitely.
thinking about that for a second.
Definitely. I don't think that's even
I
a
remember one time he sent me a
question.
message. He goes, "So, Keith, do you think that you can kill boar pig with your bare hands faster than me?" No, because I do
Probably
it
not.
very quickly because I'm a hunter and a rider. I was like, what? What is that even?
I fucking
It's
love like
beautiful. I got
Russian
culture. I made
people.
a
Like they're
video
just
about
always
it.
some badass.
Well, there's Russia. Listen, Vladimir Putin and this whole like Ukrainian situation is crazy. Like people,
You don't even
he
want to hear
can't
my
lose.
opinion.
Like you realize that this man's
I
gonna fucking
fucking
lose. Hey,
he has this
he done,
like
he done hold it,
lovable
Mister
villain thing going
DeSantis.
on. I always thought he was fucking cool. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, Vladdy Daddy,
Current events
that man.
aside, he's a fucking badass. He does like martial arts, and he's like, and that time when Pussy Riot flashed him, and he was like, it was hilarious.
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. Like this isn't gonna end good for anybody because his ego can't lose, and he's got people like, yeah, he's gonna lose. Like while he has nukes, like Ukraine has all the letters of nuclear rain in it already. Like, and that's fucked up by itself. But I don't know. It's just that when he gets back into a
I
corner,
don't
that
know.
ego's
I
gonna.
see him as like from a character aspect, he is gold. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
he's
that
like a
villain.
caricature.
hmm
Yeah,
he's
he's
pretty badass. That's all
like
I'm
a cartoon character.
saying. hmm
He's like an exaggerated form of like Chuck Norris, except Russian.
or like some villain in a Bond movie. You know, you gotta
Oh
respect
yeah,
that.
damn, it's all oligarchy pussy.
I bet he gets so much pussy. He's a
Oh yeah,
handsome man, man.
a
You see
gun
him
is a
riding that fucking horse with no shirt on? Come on now. Are we gonna just lie?
that's a pretty sexy gut, you know, and there ain't no aphrodisiac like the threat of murder looming over your head. Like that'll get anybody in the mood. I feel
How do I
like I'm
share this to
desensitized
people
though.
while I'm still
Hell
on?
no. Um,
I don't
I ain't even know. I ain't even know, girl.
know.
I'm gonna. Huh.
I'll tell.
Mr.
Hold on.
Fishing said had a good point a little bit ago, saying like humor is a credible line of educating someone, and it's all right to laugh at ourselves and people around us. I said something along those lines not long ago. It's like humor is one of the only ways that you can really teach somebody that's against being taught or being told things, because
Mhm.
nobody's going to be receptive to being like what they'll consider to be talked down to or spoken down to, or what do you call it, patronized. You introduce it to them and like with humor, and you kind of like incept them into thinking it like through laughter. Let them think. Nobody's going to change their mind about a belief that they hold unless they consider that maybe that belief might be a little bit silly to begin with,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So the only
My
way to
thing is the
get
people
there,
that feign not realizing. Like I don't see how that is like, and you're like, yes, you do, and you're just pretending like you don't, so that it like stop. That shit
yeah, it's like
irritates the
this.
fuck out of me.
Like the smart girl playing dumb valley girl because it's
hmm
easier.
Well, no, like
Yeah.
recently, like I don't know if you've seen like one of my accounts is for my friend the Misfit Patriot, who's been banned 320 something times on TikTok. Um,
Oh,
they did this
Misfit.
like auction for the Kentucky thing. Long story short, what they did is they read his mother's book about her gang rape publicly on a live in a
Fun
graveyard
times.
to mock the death of her son and husband. And their whole thing was, I just don't understand why she's offended.
That's
Like,
some Kentucky
we
shit.
raised it for charity. We got her people to buy her. I'm like, are you like the only people that are watching this and are feigning stupid along with you is your little echo chamber? And like everybody else is like, you're fucking nuts. Like, you're fucking nuts.
I would love to be like, but it's like watching a car crash too, though. Like it's human nature to like want to see something fucked up as long as you ain't like participating. It's like
She's like,
I don't know.
I
I guess
wrote a
we kind
good
of use those
review.
events.
She wrote
I
notes
mean, no,
in
you
the
didn't.
book and highlighted shit. and fucking like I was just like, I just don't understand. This bitch can't even write your and your properly, and she's writing notes
Oh God.
in this woman's book on her gang rape, and you're like, that is fucked up, and she's like, I don't understand why that's offensive. And you're like,
You do a perfect fucking impression of that. Like you
that's
don't have to
exactly what
tell
she
me.
sounds like.
Like I know that it's not good
Mm-mm.
because first of all, like nobody that does anything well has to
Stop,
tell
Kip.
people about it.
Yeah,
You know?
it's just yeah. It was for charity. Yeah, but she specifically said, "Don't do that, please," and you did it anyways.
Yeah. And you filmed all of it, and they asked you to stop, and you refused to. Then you
In a
got violent with the people
graveyard.
putting on it.
So, like, I was like, I will never. Oh my god, I'll never get over that. I'm fucking losing my mind for that. But then these are the people that like feign outrage over like the smallest fucking things, and you're like, oh
Yeah,
good lord.
you're one of the only people I've ever heard use the word feign or like
Mm,
out loud. Like I don't know if it's a regional thing that I'm missing out on, people like not having vocabularies here, or
mm.
if just like, it's the like not that very often used term. But I
Well,
love
there's
it. It's
just a
so cool.
buzzword will come out and everybody uses it, like narcissism, narcissistic
Oh yeah,
abuse. They'll use abuse. If you fucking use abuse for shit like I don't know, somebody made a joke about you on the internet and you call them an abuser, you're diluting the importance of the word abuse. So
yeah.
it's the same as racism. Calling somebody racist for saying a word as opposed to it's just like
Well, the
nobody's
thing is,
paying attention to like real shit.
oh yeah, as long as you know the racism and all that stuff is still overshadowing the crazy like economic divide that we got going on in the country. Everything's fine as long as we worried about these not real problems that we got going on and these manufactured
Oh, you
separations
said
that
a
keep us like
word.
wanting to pull apart more than come together. It's crazy. At least nobody's
Mm-hmm.
homophobic anymore, right? We've grown.
Mm.
Yeah, right.
I've been
Oh
called
man, I don't
homophobic,
know. Like
which is hilarious because I'm bisexual, but I've been called
I
homophobic just
don't think
because
that I
I'm
am.
sorry, the F slur it just rolls off the tongue very nicely. I can't help it. I
Yeah,
grew up in the
yeah, I
90s
agree.
where that
Like
was
I
just
call inanimate
it was
objects
like
fags.
retarded.
Like it's
Thank you. I didn't know if I could say it on the channel or not, but it's calling, and I use it
I
for
don't know
a
if I can or
man
not. I
that's
just
behaving like a bitch boy. If you're behaving like a bitch boy, you're a faggot.
yeah,
And it sounds really, it's like cunt
yeah.
for a woman. Like you're being a cunt.
Oh, that's a great one. God, that one
Oh,
hits home. I
it
like
just,
it.
oh, it's got girth
It feels
to it.
familiar, you know.
But yeah, I got in trouble
It's a fat chick
recently for
word.
calling somebody one, but I was like, you're behaving like one. It's not for a gay man for me. I've never called a gay man that, but I've called a straight man who's behaving like a little bitch one before.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
Jesus,
I'm just throwing it
I
out
might,
like
have a
wildly.
whole account that is an anti-feminist account, but I'm not a men's rights activist. I'm not a, a coddler, which basically is what it's turned
You know the
into.
Andrew
Is
Tate
it's turning
advocate?
men. Oh, I'm an Andrew Tate advocate. 100%. I love
Uh,
him
I
because
think that
he
he
has
is
the
a
same
gay
mentality
summer
I do.
camp experience.
No, no, no. He has the same
Well,
mentality I do. Stop fucking playing victim. Oh, the men's mental health. Okay, yeah, I know it. Man the fuck up now. Man the fuck up now.
you're just like for you're
Nope, lost him.
oh
I'm
oh
colorblind.
I
Lost
don't
you.
know what the hell happened. Like
I
God said,
fucking love Andrew Tate, and you cannot speak an ill word of him around me because I get
oh,
upset.
I mean, but if you got arrested because you got in a Twitter argument with fucking Greta Thunberg, and like they caught you with a pizza box, that's pretty fucking dumb. But everything else is pretty
Yeah,
good.
but he was. Yeah, but he basically got swatted. Like he's not a trafficker.
Yeah, you got
If
12.
anybody is stupid, yeah, but if anybody's stupid enough to think that a guy is a trafficker and all over the internet, you're an idiot. They've tried last
It
time
took you a
too.
second.
The last time they caught him for fucking um, sex trafficking or whatever,
Oh,
it was a girl that was at his house for a party, and he was like, she wasn't even cute, she was ugly, and her boyfriend called her, and she didn't want to admit that she was at Andrew Tate's house, so she just said they took me here against my will, and I can't leave. And then he called the cops on Andrew Tate
that's
because he's an idiot.
that's the reverse. Like that's the reciprocal situation of somebody that gets drunk, wakes up like next to somebody they regret sleeping to, and then you know hollers. They were sexually misused.
Yeah, that's happened to me several times in my life. I wasn't R-worded, you know. This new thing, this
Exactly.
is what pissed me off because during the whole COVID pandemic thing, I was talking about informed consent, which is a medical term, which is being
Just Andrew Tate.
informed before consenting to something. But then they took it and they said now I didn't have informed consent because he told me he didn't have a girlfriend, but then I fucked him and I found out he had a girlfriend. I didn't have informed consent, therefore I have been raped. And I'm like,
Yeah.
same thing. You're
So
diluting the word rape. You're diluting it.
yeah,
You're making it sound like it's
you're
nothing.
cheapening it.
And now legitimate shit is being lumped in with your bullshit because you can't just take the
That's
L.
like I think that's what the Me Too movement probably did more harm than it did good for people who were
Hmm.
actually victims
That's
of
when I
any of that
started
stuff.
my whole anti-feminist shit. Is when the whole rape culture shit was coming out in the colleges,
It's like
where it was
I
that
don't
girl
want
running
to
around with a mattress saying she was raped, and then it came out like she wasn't. It was just like, come on now.
damn
Like
avoid the
my
hard
party
R.
years,
Different one,
I've
but
I've regretted like 90% of it, but I wasn't like, come on now.
yeah, well, if there's anything I'm good at, it's regretting decisions that I made fully confident in the moment. Like,
Hmm. Exactly.
but I'm an adult, kind of like, and I can
Andrew
admit that
Tate.
shit.
I love
Yeah,
Andrew
Josie
Tate. I
was,
don't care. He's funny as fuck. I think he's.
he is.
I
What
like
kind
that.
of fucking
I
accent
like
is
to
that though?
trigger the what his
His
accent. It's
accent
because
is the,
he was
I
American
know,
and then he was
I
raised
know the
in.
logistics, but it ain't right. Listen, nobody
I
talks
know.
like that.
It took me a
It's,
while to get over it, but I love him. I really, really like that guy. And I did a whole like, I debunked like all his accusations on TikTok, and I got a lot of fucking hate for it. I got banned, and then I came back, and there was a whole bunch of broads doing that shit, and I was like, okay, well, fuck it.
well, that's like, because that's probably simp culture leaking through. Like,
Well,
whenever
they're
you say
just like,
simp, what do
oh,
you
look, I
mean?
like Andrew Tate. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. You know what I mean? I was like, I
Yeah.
legitimately like that. And they're like, you want to be an Andrew Tate pick me? I'm like, I'm not a pick me for Andrew Tate. First of all, my body count, he's not interested. I'm poor, and I'm 33 years old. I'm way too old for him. And it's just me again, which is awkward. There you are.
I don't know why I keep doing that. Probably the hard R's you keep dropping.
It's some hard R's. What? Direct? Direct? I don't know what words
AP
I can
ref.
say on YouTube.
For it was a Igpay and late talking about AP rape. AP rape. That sounds
I
like it
can't.
was
You
almost a
can't
worse word.
censor me because then all I'm thinking is like the worst words I could say or no. Hey, you said the F slur and I said the word F slur. So,
Oh, I say shit I shouldn't say all the time, like almost exclusively. Like,
hmm
or no, that people tell me I shouldn't say, but from what goddamn like moral high ground is those people speaking from on their wobbly pedestals? I
they're
draw the
always the
line.
worst ones. The self righteous, especially when it comes to racism and feminism, they're always the worst ones. And there's actually I just outed it again. A new male feminist on TikTok. How did he beat the shit out of his baby mama? When are you gonna see the red flag? I'm different. I'm different.
Says, I'm out of here. I don't know. You want to go to Instagram?
Yeah, I was gonna do that
Okay, well,
anyways.
I want to end it on a high note though. But the people that yell about the racism, Ray, and all that shit, like real racism isn't screamed and yelled and out in public like that. It's whispered
Mm-hmm.
behind closed doors,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we don't have people in like KKK outfits out here running around burning
And
crosses anymore and stuff.
some
We
of the
got people that own
best
businesses
jokes
making
are
decisions with the
slightly racist.
shareholders.
But some of the best jokes are slightly racist.
No,
Oh,
they're based off stereotypes. That's what it is, and people confuse the two because stereotypes,
exactly.
even though they might be inconvenient to you, they true most of the time. That's why they got stereotyped. It's like almost like being like,
And if you really think of it, when it comes
oh
to
shoot,
black
what do you
people, it's
call it?
all really in favor of them. They're better at everything.
Yeah,
They're more
everything
athletic.
cool that
They're
white
better
folks
looking.
have.
They got better skin. They got bigger dicks. They're funnier. They dance better. They sing better. And who doesn't like watermelon and chicken?
Fucking, it's a good combo. They right about it. I mean, but like, I said, somebody was talking about appropriation. And I was like, what the fuck? What's white culture without appropriation, bro? Like, we ain't got nothing but
There
like
is no white culture.
colonizing. It was
There's
like,
no white
what is our
culture.
culture?
It makes no sense
Colonizing?
to
Yeah,
say that because
yeah,
I'm a French Canadian. We have our
yeah.
culture. I'm also Scottish. There's Scottish culture. Culture comes
Oh,
from
so
where you're from.
do you mean
Like
forcing
you
the
have a
religious
different
beliefs
culture
on
than
people who
me.
don't believe it?
Hmm.
That's pretty white.
And what do you call that? Missionaries? Ended on the missionary joke.
God, I love that joke.
I
What is
love it too.
missionary position? Is that where you only fuck poor people? There we go. Keith Burr.
Keith Burr, everybody. Round of applause.
The high note.
We love him.
Oh, well, I'll
Happy
take
New
a
Year. I'll
round of
see you on
beers. I can't.
Instagram.
Latest. Smooches, juice, farewell, goodbyes.